clinics benefit the players because they're receiving top quality instruction. They're receiving that instruction in an intimate setting, meaning unlike other camps in the area that have dozens and dozens and even hundreds of kids, our clinics are small. The camper to coach ratio is outstanding. It's generally 6 or 7 to 1. So that way the kid is getting a lot of love. He's getting a lot of attention. He's getting the reps necessary for improvement, and he's participating in drills that we utilize at the college level. And I think parents can take comfort in that because they're getting the most bang for their buck. I think they're really putting their kids in the hands of a staff that really cares about kids and their development. So we're really about getting them ready for their careers after high school. Well, I think the whole concept of being men on the field and gentlemen off the field is somewhat self-explanatory, but not always saying that's used by a lot of coaches. We want to be good people off the field, and I think that carries on to life after college, going into the real world, looking for a job. They're looking for well-rounded young men. So as much as we want to be animals on the field, we want to be good people off the field. So I really put a very high emphasis on that, and I really try to utilize that methodology in my clinics as well. Is that we're gonna battle, we're gonna try our hardest, but when all is said and done, we're gonna be good sports, we're gonna be good people, and we're gonna respect the game. I think the drills that we utilize in the clinics and even at the college level are pretty similar. I think the difference between a youth player to a high school player to a college player is simply the speed at which they play, the quickness of their stick work and their movement, their footwork, and we really try to really focus on that word quick. Everything we want to do, we're shaving little split seconds off of everything we do to get sharper and quicker, and that's really the difference between each level, is that the game gets faster and faster. So we want to put a huge emphasis on the speed of the game. Well, I think the skills that we're teaching them, obviously at the younger ages, start at the very fundamental level, and as we move up in age groups, we get more specific. And actually, even at the higher age groups, we're still utilizing those same drills. We're still really pounding the fundamentals: ground ball, stick work, catching and throwing. A lot of times I'll hear myself saying the same thing to an 8-year-old as I would to an 18-year-old. And really just mechanics, the details, whether it's shooting, how to throw a check, whatever that particular skill may be, we're really focused on the details, and so that's why it doesn't really matter whether a kid is 8 or 18. We're still teaching them to be detailed in everything they're doing. I think trying to take a player from being good to great, I think we really try to look at each player, look at the individual, and figure out what kind of player they are. What do they do well? What do they not do so well? And strengthen their weaknesses and also strengthen their strengths. Really try to make them understand what kind of player they could be and maybe should be. So I think a lot of times we'll do that through the drills. Figure out what type of dodger they are, where their range as a shooter may be. I think film is a huge thing that we utilize in the clinics and at the college ranks. We really try to focus on watching ourselves and what we do well, and maybe focus on what we don't do so well. And we'll also watch Division I lacrosse games so they can see kind of what we're looking for, a good example of what we're looking for, the speed at which we want to play, the hustle, the off-ball play I think is something that all West Coast players can really get better at from the young ages to the high school and even college levels. Well, I think it's pretty simple. I think kids want to be coached by the best, the people that have dedicated their lives to coaching the sport that they want to play. So the fact that we are playing NCAA lacrosse here at Dominican means that we are playing at the highest level west of Denver, and our coaching staff, I feel, is outstanding and are best qualified to coach these kids, whether it be all the way down to the U9 level or kids looking to make that jump to the college level. We focus on the details. We focus on playing the sport at the fastest speed possible and really try to simulate game situations. And I think that the kids can really walk away from our clinics knowing that they were really given the repetitions and the attention necessary for them to improve. Well, nowadays you can see that there are all kinds of travel teams. There's all-star teams, there's select teams, elite teams, and it's great. You know, these kids are traveling all over the country. They're being seen by college coaches that will help them get recruited. But I think there is a need for these kids to prepare themselves for those recruiting tournaments, to really finite their skills, to again shave those little split seconds off of their cradle, how they switch hands, their quick release on their shot. Everything that they do needs to be sharpened in preparation for those recruiting tournaments, and I think that's a huge benefit of what we do with these clinics. Well, growing up in Baltimore, I was lucky. I had Johns Hopkins 5 miles down the road, Loyola College 4 miles down the road, Towson University 5 miles up the road. So I was surrounded by a lot of lacrosse, and I learned more from watching, from going to those games, than I did from my own coaches, and I had outstanding coaches. So my point is, for the youth kids, the high school kids, to improve, they really do need to see the game. They need to watch it played at a higher level. And I think that's why I'm really building this program. I think that's a huge benefit to the community, is having this team playing in NCAA lacrosse. And we're very appreciative. Our crowds get bigger each year, and one way that we do show our appreciation is by doing community service in the fall with all the youth programs, giving back. We played a game at Kezar Stadium last year, and all the proceeds went to Lacrosse for Life, which is a nonprofit helping bring lacrosse to the city and bring the city to lacrosse, as they say. So I think the kids coming to our games, it's great for us, it's great for them, and it's really great for the growth of the sport in this area.